We're going to do something really fun today. I've been obsessively watching these like tier ranking videos of like book boyfriends, and I thought, because I read so much, I am 75 books in the year. So I thought I would kind of do a ranking book boyfriends, but based off of the books I've read only this year. So I was thinking today we would do January through March. Let's look at the list. We have Book Husband, which is literally, these are like the boys we read about that we would marry in real life. Then we have Book Boyfriend. Book Boyfriends are the ones that we read about, we loved, we rated the book really well because of them. And then you have DTF. Like, we like these guys, but I don't know that they're like relationship status. Then we have the Not My Type. These guys they're okay. Then we have Dumpster Men. And Dumpster Men are problematic. They're highly toxic and not toxic in a sexy good way. And then we have YA Boys, and that is just where all of the YA books are going to go. Let's get into the fun part. We are going to start with Marked. That is a YA book. I remember when I was younger and read this book. We have the next few books, which are Mercer Scott books. I remember Ty from Falling for Him. I remember his FMC in that book. There was just something about their connection that just seemed based solely on physical attraction. And I don't really remember that much more about it. So I'm going to put him in Not My Type. Then we have Not the Falling Kind, which was Deacon and what was that girl's name? Laura. I hated this book. She just was insufferable. She was insufferable to read about. There was nothing redeeming about her. And I think I read Deacon as somebody who hates himself, and I really like confidence. I also thought they were very toxic together. Like, that entire relationship was toxic. I hesitate to call him a dumpster man, but if we're being honest, somebody who just lives in that toxicity in that kind of relationship is kind of a dumpster dude to me. And then we have Cooper in Never Falling Again. Now, I liked Cooper. I feel like this book in particular, Never Falling Again, was just a bunch of filler. There were some very interesting parts about it that I remember because he was a vet and she was a nurse. So I do remember some parts of it, but I DNF'd this book 80% through because it became predictable. I will say that Cooper is probably DTF material. He was hot. Then we have The Way I Hate You by Megan Quinn. This was Ryland. Ryland was okay. The sex was amazing. So for that reason, we're going to go DTF with Ryland. If you've read that book, then you know. After that, we have She Was Made for Me. This was an age gap romance. It was Dad's best friend's daughter. And I really liked him. But again, he was probably just a DTF for me. Beard, muscles, dark hair, tattoos. That was it. Then we move into which arguably is so far my favorite read of the year, June 1st. Grant was one of the first men I've ever read about where I finished the book and I was like, let me just hold him. He's husband material. I really enjoyed reading his struggle. I really connected with the emotional struggle that he had in that. Then we have Axel from All That We Never Were. He just wasn't it for me. I remember him kind of. About him just did nothing. Then we have Alex from Twisted Love. I don't know if I would put Alex in the Not My Type category, but I don't know if I would put him in DTF. Yeah, I'd hang out with Alex. I think that's where I'm settled on that. Well, we have Win from Happy Place. Win is another one of those that was just not my type. There are some men that are made for other women, and Win was not made for me. Next, we have all Elsie Silver books. We have Rhett from Flawless. Rhett was not my type. As far as book boyfriends go, Rhett was kind of just okay. Is Heartless, we all know. I loved Cade. But I'm not sure if Cade... Here's the thing. Do I love Cade because of Willa? I don't know that if Cade had been written with any other FMC, if I would have loved him as much as I do him with Willa. So we have Jasper in Powerless. Like, he was hot to read about. I don't know that I would want to marry him, though. So I think he's just book boyfriend. Next we have Reckless, which is Theo. Theo is husband material without a question. He is funny. He is charming. He's sweet. He finds out he's a dad and he goes with it. Like, it's the most natural thing in the world. I love that she wrote him like that. Next is Hopeless. So Hopeless is Bo. Bo was okay. Bo doesn't stand out to me. He's just, I think he's not my type. Next up we have Whispers of You. This was Holt. I don't remember much about Holt except that he was good looking. So DTF. That one is followed by Perfect Strangers. The only thing I remember about this book is that it was weird. Weird book within a book within a book. And it was just, there was so much spice in this book. That's all I remember saying about this book was why. It was not my cup of tea. I know plenty of people who loved it. The only thing I really remember about him in this book is the balcony scene at the beginning of it. Don't remember if he was problematic or not, so not my type. I don't know. Was there 2 men? Like, for some reason I'm thinking there's like 2 men. But maybe not. Then we have Say the Words, and I don't remember his name. I'm going to put him in not my type. It was a sweet little Hallmark book. There was no spice in this book whatsoever. I did not care for Curated at all. There was nothing about this book that I enjoyed. But I'm just going to put it in not my type because I don't remember the MMC being problematic. I don't even remember his name. I don't remember reading this book at all. This was a book that I read, but I could not, I had to like really push through it. Curves for Days. This was Angus. Angus was okay. He was not the problem in this book. The FMC was the problem in this book for me. And I think that kind of took away from him a little bit. But let's be real. I DTF Angus any day of the week. Next up we have Naturals. This one was a YA book. Birthday Girl. Pike was hot as sin. He was problematic. People are going to argue with me on that. But here's the thing. Occasionally the dad treated her like garbage too. I remember this being a 2-star book for me. So in that, he's not even like not my type. I specifically remember there were times I was reading this book and I was like, girl, just fucking go. Why would you want him back? Vincent in Night Shift. He gets book boyfriend material. Then we have Dungeons and Drama. This is another YA book. I would love it if my daughter had a boyfriend like the one in this book. Icebreaker. All garbage men. All garbage women. In my opinion, it is not worst book that I've read so far this year. But it's like top 5. I need somebody to explain to me what it is about this book that makes it good. Do people only think it's good because of the spice content? We are moving on to Ian in The Wreckage of Us. I really think that Ian would be DTF for me. I do. And maybe it's the musician because I have a thing for musicians. Next we go into Elle Kennedy's Off-Campus series. First we have The Deal, which is Garrett Graham. Garrett's cockiness was pretty damn hot. But I don't know that I would put him in book boyfriend. I would probably put him in DTF. Let's be real. There was just something about him and Hannah that made it equally as hot. Then we have The Mistake, which was Logan. Logan was not my type. Followed by Dean in The Score. We definitely love Dean. So Dean's book boyfriend material. I don't know if he's book husband material. He's definitely book boyfriend material. There is just something about his no nonsense, I don't give a fuck attitude, right? Because he's honest with you. Like, this is what I want. This is what I do. Tucker. Tucker is the goal. This is a surprise pregnancy. He's okay. Tucker is one of those, he could be my team player. I am going to put The Legacy, which was just kind of like a wrap up of, it's all the little novellas that the books had. So I'm just going to put it all in DTF. Next up is Credence. There is not a single redeeming man in that book. Boy, man, it's not my thing. Next up we have Behind the Net. This is Jamie. hockey player. He was middle of the road for me. He was not my type. But then you have Rory Miller, who was his like friend, then became nemesis, and then he came and played for the same hockey team again in The Fake Out, also by Stephanie Archer. So I would put him in book boyfriend material. Then you've got Emmett in That Kind of Guy. What did I put about Emmett? I don't remember much about him, so I'm just going to put that he just wasn't my type. And then we have Archer. I walked away going, that man is phenomenal. I wanted to cuddle this baby boy. I wanted to hold him and tell him everything will be okay. I wanted to shelter him from the world. We have 2 more left. They're both Mia Sheridan. We have Carson from Stinger. And we have Travis, which is book 2 of the Pelion Lake series. Carson in Stinger was a porn star. I feel like, to me, in my opinion, that made him slightly more attractive. As far as book boyfriend rankings go, I would probably put him in DTF, just because he has a dirty mouth and he likes to use it. So, there you go. And then you have Travis. We love a good redemption story around here just as much as we love our little hurt babies, right? And our little funny babies. And so Travis is not book husband, but he's not DTF either. I feel like Travis was so redeemed in his book that he would be book boyfriend material for me. I feel like this is where we land. I have a couple of surprising ones that I put in book boyfriend that I didn't think I would do that. The Fake Out and Night Shift. Vincent and Rory were not ones that I thought that would go in like the top tier categories. That's so surprising to me. I do think that Rhett and Beau in Flawless and Hopeless are maybe 2 surprising ones that I put in not my type. That's it. Ranking book boyfriends. It's literally just us talking about men in this book. I might do a book girlfriends video. I'm not above that either. So comment down below and let me know if that's a video you'd like to see. I feel like we see a lot of book boyfriend rankings, but we don't see a lot of book girlfriend rankings. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.